Hey Vintage Beauties, so this is going to be a two-part. I'm going to do Shonda's advice corner, but I want to do something real serious right quick. This is just kind of a public service announcement for parents, teenagers, junior high students, and elementary school students. This is serious. Parents, I want you to pay attention to the signs of bullying. As you all know, I am a marriage and family therapist and I do crisis intervention. Well, because I work the night shift, we take calls for the children's department. I work with adults, but there's a different department that does children calls, and we triage their calls, meaning the hospitals call us or the police call us. Well, Friday I got a disturbing call, or was it Thursday night? It was last week. I got a disturbing call from one of the hospitals that a 12-year-old attempted suicide by taking multiple pills because she was a victim of bullying. Let me tell you, bullying is serious, and parents, don't sit back on it. Don't take it lightly. You go up to the school. You take off work. You go up to the school. You demand a meeting with the principal. You demand a meeting with the superintendent if you have to. You tell them that you will press charges against this child for bullying your child. Tell them that you will go to the police department because the child is harassing, if it's racial slurs, if it's talking, whatever. You don't take it lightly because your child is suffering with this many times in silence and they won't tell you. You be an advocate for your child. You stand up for them. You talk to somebody on their behalf and let them know you're not one of the parents that's going to wait until you find your child hanging in a closet, until you see a suicide note and an empty pill bottle. Do not sit back and allow bullying to take place. Now, in that, you also need to know the signs. One of the main signs of bullying is isolation. A child starts to isolate themselves. They start to become introverted. They start to no longer communicate as they used to. They may not have that many friends. They may always keep to themselves. They may lock themselves in their room. They may have a depressed mood. They may sleep a lot. They may do a lot of things. If you notice a really big change in their behaviors and their personalities, ask them, is there someone at school picking on them? Ask them, is there someone at school talking about them? And then go further and say, you know what? I need to check your Instagram. You know what? I need to check your Facebook if they have it. You know what? I need to check your Snapchat, because there's also cyberbullying. Don't sit back. If your child has starting to become sad all the time, not communicating, isolating themselves, locking themselves in their rooms, excessive journaling. Excessive. There's nothing wrong about journaling, but when you're journaling more than you're talking and communicating, tell your child, I need to check that, because I need to make sure that nobody is harassing you. I need to make sure that no one is messing with you. I need to make sure that I don't need to go down to that school and act a fool. Act a fool on behalf of your child, because it's too many children dying behind childhood bullying, and it has to stop. I should not be getting 2 to 3 calls a week from kids who tried to kill themselves because they are being bullied in school. It makes no sense. I told you, a boy tried it with my son, and I don't play that. I've never tolerated bullying. No one was gonna ever bully me, ever. No matter if you didn't like something about me, you better step to me and you better swing on me. That's how it went back in my day. If not, shut up and get out my face, because I was a real one, for real. But with my son, it's something, you don't mess with somebody's kids. When my son told me somebody was messing with him, the first thing I said is, are you afraid of him? No, he was an older kid. I said, okay, you ain't got to tolerate nobody bullying you. I said, don't you ever hit nobody first, because that's the first thing they going to say. You did this or you did that. I said, but you can walk away from this, but you tell somebody, because I want it documented. So then when the bully thought he was going to get up in my son's face, see, my son is a Christian. He a Christian for real. So he's humble and he knows how to turn the other cheek. This was before he got into boxing. The bully thought he was gonna step to my son, and this bully know who he is. He used to go to my son's school. So any of my son's friends who watch this because I'm a fool at times, no. Y'all know who he is. Y'all done seen my son kick his butt 2 times. I don't condone violence, but you never, ever let somebody pick on you. You never let somebody get up in your face. You have a right to personal space. Once they invade that personal space and they come at you in a threatening manner, this is how you know it's a threatening matter, you guys. You don't have to wait to get swung on. This is how you know it's a threatening matter. If they're walking to you aggressively, cussing you out, telling you what they're going to do to you, you can assume that when they're walking towards you, saying all these things, that they're finna swing on you. Don't wait. Knock them in their dang face. Why am I saying all of this? Because this is exactly what that kid did. My son just knew how to fight before he was... My son knew how to fight before he was in boxing, and he kicked his butt. And then I said, no, I need my son trained. I need him skilled, because he shouldn't go through junior high having to fight because this boy think he gonna step to him. This older kid, this bigger kid. No, that's not gonna go down. And so I put my son in boxing, and he just excelled at it. And everybody better know, don't step to my son. Don't step to him. My daughter's in boxing too. I'm not tolerating that. And I'm telling you, parents, get your children in self-defense. Not so that they can turn into bullies. Not so that they can pick on people, but so they can be confident to know you're not finna come in my face. You're not finna hit on me. You and your friends not finna rally around me. Oh, they tried it one time. This other kid thought he was gonna rally with his friends, but his friends were scared because they knew my son was about that life. Yeah, this is all we want. We want bullies to back down. We want them to know we're not taking this, and we're not taking it from the house to the schoolyard. It's not only gonna be the kids are not taking it. I'm not taking it. My husband's not taking it. And that means if we have to have school board meetings where parents are involved, sitting on the board, if we have to have parents going to these schools, rallying for their kids, that's what has to be done. Dude, come here right quick. I'm gonna let my son tell it, because y'all think I'm making this up. Because the reason I'm doing this, and I'm doing this for serious reasons. Last week on my job, Doobie, I got a call, because you know what I do, right? I assess people to make sure they're not a danger to themselves, to make sure they don't want to kill themselves, to make sure they don't want to kill other people.
My food is ready.
Yours is the third one. No, that's the first one, second, third. So hurry up, dude, because I want him to tell it. I want you to hear it from someone where a kid tried it. So I also, get over here. I also take calls for, it was too much kale. How it tastes? It tastes good? Okay.
Too much.
Yeah, but it's okay. More pepper. I also take calls, like I said, for the kids. So, dude, last week I got a call. Can you wipe that egg off your mouth? Look at it. Last week I got a call from a 12-year-old kid who tried to kill herself because she was being bullied. She took a whole bunch of pills and had to be rushed to the hospital. That's how serious bullying is. That's why I didn't play no games. What did I do? Didn't I go up to your school numerous times for that one kid? What, didn't I write a long letter to the superintendent? Didn't I tell the police officer that my son ain't gonna tolerate that? And if they walk up in my son's face, he got a right to defend himself, and that's what he's gonna do? Didn't I say all of that? Don't I advocate? I'm not gonna take that mess. So tell him about what happened when you was in 6th grade and that little boy thought he tried it, and then he met his match. He stopped bullying people after that. Tell him about it. Don't say no names.
6th grade, me and my cousin went to the same school, and then he started talking about us. And me and my cousin, one day at lunch, we said, we didn't say it loud, but we said, is he gay? And then we were like, yeah. And then
the second plate.
The next time we was at lunch, we saw him. And I was playing basketball.
No, that's the first one. The other one.
Huh? Oh,
that first one is
I was playing
nasty.
basketball. I had my mouthpiece, and he was like, "Why you have your mouthpiece?" I said, "Cause I do." Why are you talking to me? And then he said, he took off his shoe and said, "Don't make me come slap you with it." I said, "Come do it," and he never did. Next day, he kept calling his names and stuff like that, telling his friends, whatever. And then there was one day where he was talking about something. And he came up to me and started talking about something. I said, "Shut up and do something." He walked away.
Why do you always say shut up and do something? What's the number one rule? Why do you always say shut up and swing or shut up and do something? Why you do that? So what?
So I don't get the most trouble.
So you don't hit first, right? You let them swing first. But when they swing it, you're not getting hit, right? You ducking, you doing whatever. See, this was all before bullying. Okay, finish. That was when you was on the stairs, right? And his principal called me, the assistant principal at that time called me to say, I just wanted to say I'm so proud of Karjan because he could have did something. They were on the stairs, by the way, at the top of the stairs. And my son was below the kid, and the kid was higher on the stairs. If that kid would have tried something off the back, just imagine my son could have fell all the way down them steps. Oh, y'all saw my egg fall on my mouth? My bad. My son could have fell down them steps. Thank God it didn't. The bottom line is that kid was a punk. Move, Jaden. I'm not playing. Most bullies are punks. Know this. Most bullies never fight. Their mouth gets them out of stuff. So most bullies are punks. But the thing is, bullying ain't even about the fist, man. It's about the words. And words hurt. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. And when the word of God says that, oh, hold on. When God is saying that, he's saying that there's power in our words. Our powers can build someone up. Our words can build someone up, and our words can tear someone down. Our words can break a person. Our words can make them feel worthless. Our words can make someone feel like they don't want to live anymore. So can you imagine a 12-year-old kid who's trying to figure out their hormones, their emotions, whose voice is changing, whose body is changing, whose face is changing, being told they're stupid, they're ugly, they're this, they're that every single day of their life, every time they go to school, 5 days a week, that's nashes, having to live with that, having to feel like they're nothing. Can you imagine that? So we have to remember, bullying ain't always about getting beat up, because most bullies can't fight. And once they meet their match, they bow down. They step back. But it's about the words that they speak, that these children, that these babies have to walk away with. I am so passionate about this, you guys. I'm so passionate about this because I'm sick of getting calls about children who are killing themselves over bullying. I don't know. I'm not the therapist that continues on the assessment. I just take the call. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Go ahead.
And then it was another day where we were at lunch. We started talking. I told him again, instead of do something
in front of the microwave.
And he started talking, being gay and stuff like that. And then he pushed me or something. And then I socked him like 3 times. And then I had my backpack on too. And I didn't have time to take it off. And we was punching, and he tried to come to me. He was trying to swing like this or something like that. And then the teachers came and stopped it. And then the next 2 days, people said that I was like this. They only tried to stick up for him because he was gay, and then he bullied my cousin too.
That was the first fight, huh?
Yeah.
Second fight, he ran up. You didn't even give him a chance to swing, right? You just started, and did you knock him down? No names.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, edit that out. Anyways, we'll see you guys
No,
later.
I'm not done. Okay, you can move, because I'm being serious. You can move.
Okay, Mom?
Maybe. So, I wanted my son to talk to you guys about that, because he had to live through it. And sometimes, this is why it's important, parents, that you build your children up. You tell them their worth and their value while they're in your stomach. It's not too late. Your kid may be a teenager now. Before they walk out that door every morning, you say, you know what, I love you. You are wonderful. You are special. You are beautiful. I know a lot of us African Americans have single parent homes, and it's sad. It's a cycle, and it needs to be broken. But mothers, you have to be strong. Find somebody that can mentor your child. I'm talking an educated, business-minded male. Be careful though, man, because we don't want y'all in jail from having to somebody because they mess with your kid. But don't take it lightly. Don't sleep on it. It's serious, man. Don't take it lightly, and pay attention to the signs. Remember, I told you one of them is isolation. Another one is excessive journaling. A kid who starts journaling a lot, excessively, we're not talking about just writing in their journal once a day, but we're saying excessive journaling. if you notice these other signs, then start watching for little cues. The kid's appearance change, it starts being a more darker demeanor. Pay attention to those things because they could be the victim of bullying. And then this is a sign that they may be suicidal. A lot of hopeless comments. It don't even matter. I don't even care about this. If they knew what they wanted to be, they had plans for their future, and then it starts not mattering no more, and they're feeling helpless, hopeless. What do you want to be? I don't know. It don't even matter. We may not even make it. What do you mean we may not make it? I thought you wanted to be this. Yeah, but I don't know about that anymore. Or have you thought about what school? No, I don't even care. If they start talking like that, or ask questions like, oh, what are you planning on? You want to go to the beach next week? I don't know about that. I don't feel like that. To do stuff. When you notice all those other things changing, start paying attention to their attitude towards the future. Because if they stop making plans, if things don't matter, if they start breaking up with people, whether it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, their best friend says, you know what? I don't talk to him that much no more. He stopped talking to me. He don't even want to hang out. Let's do that. When you notice those other signs, the isolation, the going in their room, not keeping up, the lack of eating, excessive sleeping, or not sleeping enough. It can be either or. Start talking to their friends and say, you know what? Do you notice a difference in behavior? Ask their friends. Is there something going on at school? Is anybody picking on him or her? Is someone saying stuff? Is it a particular class that you notice that his or her mood changes after they leave that class? What class is that? Let me talk to the teacher. Hey, I'm concerned about my son's mood. It has drastically changed. And his best friend told me that after 5th period, he's always down, or he's always angry, or he's always, he don't want to hang with nobody. Is it anybody in class that you notice may say stuff behind him? Or is it somebody that may always have something to say behind him or giggle when he say, is it anybody? Oh, it is? My kid's being bullied and it's affecting him. And I'm concerned that he may be becoming depressed, which can lead to suicidal ideation, which can lead to suicide, which can mean you're liable because you knew this has been going on. Don't be afraid to have those conversations, parents. Don't be afraid to talk about this stuff. Don't be afraid to say, you guys are failing my child. I give my child to you for about 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. If there's something going on in a particular class every single day, I need to know about it, and so does that kid's parent. And I need to know why the teacher ain't called me. Don't be afraid. This is your child. You had this baby. Don't be afraid to get up in somebody's face on behalf of your child. Keep it professional. But don't be afraid to run your mouth. Don't be afraid to go to the school board. Don't be afraid to call your local news station and say this school knows that there's a bully and they're not doing anything about it. But then when my son kick his butt, they want to say something. No, we been told you about this. That's the other thing. Speak up so it's not out the blue. Speak up every time somebody get on the school's nerve so they'll know, you know what? We got to watch him because this one going to say something. Oh, yeah, I'm that mother. I will do that. I'm all up in my son's school. I'm all up in his business. You're right. Because that's my son. And nobody's going to cause him to feel like he ain't worth living. Oh, no. So, like I said, pay attention to those signs. And if you notice it, talk to your children and let them know that you got their back. And let them know if they get in a fight behind defending themselves, they are not in trouble. Okay? Let them know that, parents. We have to advocate for our kids because apparently the school systems are too busy. There's so many students, they don't have the time to save lives. They don't have the time to worry about kids getting bullied. Anyway, that's about it. This was a mini PSA from your girl, Vintage Sister. I really hope y'all take heed to what I'm saying. I really hope you pay attention to this. I really hope that you stand up to the schools for your children. I really hope that you take off work. I really hope that you pay attention. I really hope that you give your children the attention and love that they need and let them know you got their back. Forget what the school is saying. You got their back, because it is not worth their lives. And bullying is no joke, you guys. Kids are dying behind this. Their lives are being cut short because they feel like they cannot make it. And can you imagine being at school as a little kid and everybody's talking about you and laughing at you, and you don't even have that confidence to stand up for yourself? And even if you did, it's 10 against 1, and then most kids are afraid to stand up on your behalf and tell them to shut up. Most kids are afraid because then they don't want to be the target of the bullying. Jesus. All we can do is educate our children, pray for them, and ride. Ride for your kids. Stand up, speak for your kids. I know this is a long video, but it's needed, man, because I would hate to see anything else about another kid killing themselves. Man, if I'd ask my coworkers, and they always, every time we get those calls, what happened to this baby? They babies, 17 years old, they babies, because it don't stop. What happened to this one? Tried to cut themselves up because they're a victim of bullying. Took 20 pills because they're a victim of bullying. Told their mom they don't want to live anymore. Ran into traffic because they're a victim. These are the calls I get. So this is real. This is the hospital, because thank God this child was spared, and so they need an assessment to put them on a hold so they can get evaluated. Come on now, we got kids being evaluated psychologically behind bullies. Now kids have to be diagnosed with major depressive disorder because they become depressed behind somebody telling them they worthless. You see how wrong this is? Then we got kids with psychological diagnosis because they were bullied, and it led to depression, and then they try to kill themselves. And so we got kids who now got this stigma behind them because they just wanted to go to school and be normal, and somebody felt like their normal wasn't good enough. Oh. I pray that each and every one of you guys take heed and pay attention, because bullying is so real, and your child is worth it. They're worth that fight. They're worth that time off. They're worth that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I can't say it's so happy because I'm a little upset. I'm a little hurt behind the amount of children who feel like they're not worthy, who feel like they're not beautiful, who feel like they're not good enough. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And Jesus loved you so much that he died for you. And yes, he had each and every one of you in mind. It's your girl, Vintage Sister.
Wait.
Peace and blessings.